Welcome back, beautiful people. I'm your host, Lila Farr, at the hottest station in the land, you guys. 94.7 in Link. We got D-Hud in the building. Say
What's
hello to
good? What's
everybody.
good? What's good,
Thank you
man?
for gracing us with your presence. And we are also on the air with King Flow. Yes, yes. So let's get into it, D-Hud. You have a lot to offer. You guys, when I met him last week, he came in and with his like merch and telling me a little bit about his story, and I was just so amazed because everyone's not doing what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So let's just get into it a little bit. Like, just tell the public, give us like a brief bio of you. Just tell us a little bit about you. I
Oh
know about you,
man,
but you
she
know.
said brief, man. I gotta go in
Well,
now.
look, take your
Nah, I'm messing
time.
with you. I'm messing with you. But nah, man. It started a minute ago, man. I mean, since back in, maybe seventh grade, man.
Wow,
Me
that's
and
great
maybe,
though.
yeah, maybe me and 30 other young cats, man. We were playing football,
Yeah.
and we became family, man. And to go ahead and wrap that up, man, it's just that we all came together, and from there we was doing music. We
Yeah.
was selling CDs in school. We was doing whatever we needed to do to get them CDs and get them to a computer and burn them, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
because back in the day,
Cause
like that's how it was. Like if it wasn't on the first CD, like what did you have?
hey, we had the recording zone. You used to be able to record it and switch it over to the computer. So you know what I mean. A little bit about me, man. I'm D Hud, man. You know what I'm saying? They used to call me Touch. You know what I mean? From my previous lifestyle and the way I lived. I just done 8 years, man. I got out in
Wow.
2016. So
Wow, man.
I ain't really trying to catch up. I guess I'm just trying to, level out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But what has already taken place. But we've been, like I said, we've been doing this since seventh grade.
Yeah.
So
Wow. So
like,
16, that's what, about like five, 1 and 6 years.
yeah,
But in that amount of time, like all that you've accomplished, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, let me ask you this: like, what was like the driving factor for that? Because again, everyone's not out here doing what you're doing, you know?
Man, the driving factor behind me doing music and the push behind it, man, is just that it became a love for me due to the fact that anybody that's black know what we dealt with. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? As
exactly.
far as how we dealt with what we dealt with in our community and how things took place. You know what I mean? So that was a safe haven for all of us. That was a way to get up under the cover and get away from the madness and be able to still express ourselves. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that was the outlet we needed. You know what I mean? As youngsters, you know what I mean? When I speak of that, I speak of VDOT. I speak of a team I used to, you know what I'm saying? A team that I had a couple co-founders. We came together and we created a team. We was babies, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
But
yeah,
y'all were all like-minded individuals.
absolutely, absolutely,
Feel like.
absolutely.
So, I've been looking at your hat since you came into the building. Explain to the people what this D Hood stands for. What is D Hood?
Oh man, I told you my name was Touch previously, man. I had to change it, and I changed it to just a single D and Hood. But you had other cats out there on these social sites, and they doing their music, and now my music getting mixed up with his.
Let me tell you, that's why I took so much time figuring out my name. You'd be surprised how many King Flows was out there in the world. And I'm like, wow.
You just said it was unique the way you put yours
So
together.
I had to put it together uniquely. Like, so I wanted the name. That's what I wanted.
Uh-huh.
That's what I wanted. So I wasn't going to
It-
not use the name because everybody else was using it.
Exactly.
Indeed.
You just adjusting the die.
Right.
It's crazy though because like at first it was just a single D with Hud, and that's really my name because my name is DeRay Hudson. You know what I'm saying? So you
Oh,
just
that's
chop
nice.
that up, and that's what you get. You know what I mean?
That's nice.
So it's it's as simple as that. It's authentic as it can get. It's me.
Bro Hudson.
Know what I mean?
D Hood. That's
Yeah.
that's
It's
that
as
is
simple
a
as it gets. It's
fabulous
me
name,
all the
huh?
way. You know what I mean? You can't copyright that. You can't do nothing with that. You
Yeah,
can't.
that's
That's
it.
me.
That's literally
Original.
You can't do
name.
nothing with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm lyrically like that. I mean, so it's a beautiful thing, man. I just appreciate the love, man.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, that's
real.
what we do here at 947. We show love.
Yes.
We show love to all the indie artists. So how long have you been an indie artist?
Man, I've been, like I said, man, roughly, man, maybe 13 years or so, man. Because we've been, since I've been, since we've been whacked, man. Since we was spitting and trying to, ride a beat, figure out how to ride a beat. You know what I'm saying?
You coming up on a lifetime achievement.
Hey, they say when you first jump into it, that's when you in it. That's when you in it. Whatever you doing, you a part of it. You in the industry. As soon as you say, I'm doing it and I'm trying to make it, you in it.
The journey is a destination. That's what I always say.
It's a mindset. It's definitely a mindset. It's definitely a mindset, and I feel like a lot of us from Virginia, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta. I don't know if it's change it, but curb it just a tad bit. You know what I mean? Because we need each other, and a lot of us don't feel like we need each other. Like,
okay, so you being from Virginia, you can kind of attest to that
indeed.
as well. I love VA. I don't know what it is, but it's like it's the working together, you know.
And it just, I don't know. I don't know how we gonna. I don't know how we gonna figure out that obstacle, man. But we got something to do because I'm telling you, it's a lot of talent, man. A lot of my bros, hands down, is just they go ham in the booth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so much talent. You know, like how back in the day, like coming up, it was like all about New York or like people out of LA, and then you know Atlanta got on. It's like VA has so much talent, like you said. It's like sitting right in front of us, you know, and like, you know, what DJ Rose doing with 94.7 The Link, it's like a platform to connect like everyone. So I'm just like, it's right here, you guys. We could really work together and put VA on the map.
Yeah,
like,
and put it on.
You know what really grinds my gears about the music scene?
Come on with it, man.
Like, cause Flow's not from.
Come on with it.
I'm from Jersey City.
Okay.
So I'm close to New York.
Okay, come on with it.
Now, before you go to Atlanta, you gotta pass Virginia.
Yeah.
This is true.
I don't understand why this isn't an epicenter for music like Atlanta and New York.
Geographically, it makes sense, right?
And look at the heads that came out of VA. Look at the heads that came out. The spearheads right now. The biggest some of the biggest artists are from VA. I don't understand why we can't get no traction.
Right.
What do y'all think it is like? Cause I have this conversation all the time, like all the time with like my music friends, my industry friends. They be like, "What's up with VA?" Like my family up north, they'll be like, "I don't know, y'all gotta get it together." I'm like, "What do you mean? Like you have so much talent, but
so much."
I don't know.
Been here 5 years, and I'm like, wow.
But
that's
from
what I said.
really never know, you know.
Because it's gonna be up, like VA is gonna be up and coming, yo, with the expanding of all these bridges and all these things, overpopulated. So it's about to generate a lot of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So it just, I don't know, man. We gotta come together.
Let me ask you this: given that, okay, we've had the pandemic, a lot of people had time to sit around and think, work on their art, work on their businesses, and just think about life in general. Do you think maybe that may be the driving force for the year? Like something like that to make us wake up and be like, hey y'all, like.
Yeah, it's sort of kind of like you get a chance to start over. You get it, start afresh, start anew. You know what I mean? And I think that's dope. As far as like, I hate that what happened during the pandemic, but it gave a lot of people a chance to start over, regain themselves. Like, what am I gonna do? Who am I gonna be? Because a lot of us was confused about who we were just because of the things that we got from our elders. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people finding who they are and they about to establish themselves. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that will be the driving force though.
So let me ask you this, HuDD, how did that fuel your success? How did that? Because I mean, this changed everybody. Whether you changed your habit, your mind, your lifestyle, it definitely made everybody sit down and like refocus and reevaluate. So how did that affect your music? How did it affect your brand? Everything that you have going on.
Man, it really made me, as it did everybody else, it made me sit down. You know what I mean? So I really went into, as I would like to call it, my wolf form. You know what I mean? Just woofing out, letting it grow, no cuts, no nothing. And I was scared, for real, I was scared because I got 3 kids.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, do we just lock away in here? You know what I'm saying? Am I the only one to go out of the house? You know what I'm saying? But how strong my whole family is and thankful to the Most High, we never had a situation with COVID. Nobody never got it. And I got young kids, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was the force behind that, the driving force behind that is me just sitting there seeing the situation of what's going on within my household as well as what's going on out there.
In the world.
And it's like, I could go any day now. So the driving force is to leave my kids something, generational wealth. Like, let's establish something, even if it's an apartment building. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
So that was the driving force behind my music and wanting the people to hear me. I'm willing to pay people to listen to me. I do that. Yeah. I give you $3 with my card to go listen to me. Go listen to my music. Check something out. You gonna rock with something. That's my word.
That is the ultimate investment in self. He said, "I will give you $3 off my card to listen to my music."
Everybody's not doing that.
In self.
Yeah.
That's what you call it.
I do it now.
It is.
Anybody that know me be like, yeah, that's what he do.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want it. It's just a promo. Take it. Go listen. It's really gonna make you want to go listen.
impressive, D. Do y'all hear that? You artists, I've been coming making excuses.
Staple it to my card. Staple it to my business card. And give it to people. Walking around.
Yourself.
I mean, it's love, man.
Ain't nobody else gonna invest in you.
Ain't nobody else. They gonna be like,
invest in yourself.
what are you doing? Are you investing in yourself? What are you doing for yourself?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So, like, what inspired that? I mean, I'm sure you're like, well, he's gonna pay people to listen to their music. Like, a lot of people, I feel like, if they're artists, if they're coming up, they'll be like, oh, well, no one's doing this or no one's doing that. A lot of people don't do, like, self-reflection. Like, what can I do to get me heard? What can I do? Like, it's like, I don't believe the sky is the limit. I feel like you are yourself are your limit. Like, it only goes as far as you can take it.
Indeed. I totally agree. I'm a ill grind artist. So, man, the name speaks for itself, man. Ill grind. It's all about the grind. It's all about everything. It's all about learning your craft. It's all about learning the business side to it. It's doing your YouTube work. It's when you on United Masters or DistroKid, you pulling what they got to give you too. Even if it ain't useful, you kind of like, let me peep this out. Maybe it can be. You know what I'm saying? You listening to Jay and Master P while they doing their thing on Instagram or whatever the case may be. I'm pulling in from everybody that actually knows something. You know what I'm saying? And some of the people that don't know something, because everybody got something to offer, I believe.
Yeah.
Everybody has something to offer. Especially the younger generation, because that's who the music is going towards. The older people, they listen to it. But it's the younger cats who listen. And if somebody came up to me, 20, 22, and be like, hey, Flo, maybe you should do this like this. Like, you know what? Maybe I should do this like that, because this is your generation that's listening to this.
But you're open to that. You're open to adjusting. You're open to adapt. So, like, and let's get into your single a little bit. Like, your music. Like, I was checking your page. I heard your vocals.
I got a little something.
Yes, like,
I got a little something.
Like, tell us what, like, influenced your style.
Okay, as I told you, like, back in the day, I was always a rapper. So we trying to rap. Secretly, I always loved R&B. But back in the day, you know, to be a macho man, you know, we kids, so
and it's
you
like
couldn't
you got
really,
that look, so it's like
you can't really love R&B. You can't, you can, but you can't on the side. But I always had a love for R&B, and I was always thinking like, if I was built, I had a body, and I could sing, I can get all the girls. That's what I'm thinking back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it ain't far from the truth.
Hey, bro, that's what I'm reaching for as a youngster. But once I got in prison, I honed in on my talents to try to see if I could actually make something kind of, sort of, you know. But that's back in 2008, and ain't nobody really catering to, like, you know, singing, rapping, but like Drake or, you know, it's a few others.
It was just like Drake and Trey on the scene.
Yeah.
But we had like Gucci, Jeezy, everybody out. Like,
You could pretty much say K Camp and Drake were the leaders.
K Camp.
Of that.
He was. K Camp, that's my dog, that's my dude. Yeah, he nice, he's a good artist. But yeah, so it went like that, and what really pushed me as an artist, I was like, man, I'm gonna try to sing too. I said when I get home, and then my cousin was already, like, Ilgram was already doing his thing, and he wrote me, hit me up, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to King Illy, man, you know what I'm saying? Official King Illy, man. He hit me up like, yo, when you come home, you know where it's at. I need you in the lab, we gotta work. As soon as I came home, I dropped Looking Out the Window, and that was my first single. You know what I'm saying? Well, it was not a single, it was a cappella more, so to speak, so, but it spoke a lot. It was talking about my time in prison and what I endured while being in there. So it's a tough one. It was a tough one for me, you know what I mean?
Because it forced you to be a little more vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's a part of art.
Yeah.
A big part of art. A big part of attracting your fan base and all that. Like, they want to hear the music, but they want to know the person behind the music.
Indeed, and
that takes a lot,
that's exactly what I'm trying to give them. Like, as far as where everything that I'm coming with, like, I'm trying to get you to know me first, and then you can really vibe with me. You're like, oh, I know him. You feel like you know him. Some artists you feel like you know, the ones you listen to the most. You're like, I really rock with bro. Don, no, bro. I really don't.
Right. So,
you know what I'm saying?
So to piggyback on that, tell the people what your creative process is.
Yeah.
Let them know how you came to your single that you just dropped. Like, what did you think? How did you think? You know, what was the process?
Man, as far as with that one, man, I just really wanted to I really wanted to rap at the time with Big Boogie. You know what I'm saying? I heard the song itself. My sister, she said, "Yo, you would kill this.
Yeah.
You need to see what it is about this." So the creative process, once I actually got the beat and listened to it, and from feeling what he said on it, I wanted to give somewhat of the same. So the creative process, you already know, I spark one up. You know what I mean? I get in my zone, you know what I'm saying? I got the red light in the room, I got my own setup, I got my own booth, you know what I'm saying? So, and just let her ride. And it's about playing her back 100 times, playing her back 100 times, spitting that same 2-3 bars until you can adjust it how you want to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's the gist of the creative process right there. As far as what you're gonna drink, I might be on some Red Bull at the time. I don't do too much though, cause when I am creative, yo, I can't overflow with, you know what I'm saying, too much drugs or anything.
I say the same thing. It's like,
you know what I mean? I can't.
Nothing
It stops
against
it.
artists that indulge.
Yeah.
You definitely notice a difference when you're sober and when you're not.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like to do a little something, take me somewhere, but I don't do too much. Nah. I refuse to do too much because that'll clot my creative process. You know what I mean?
Cloud your judgment.
Yeah.
Okay, D-HuD. We got D-HuD in the building. It's your girl, Lila Pryor, on air with King Flow. We will be back after a quick break, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to the hottest station in land, 94.7 The Link.